The strangest habits of lions, from eating cubs to stealing prey. The lion, king of the jungle, a symbol of power and majesty. Its image has been tied to dominance and leadership for thousands of years. But behind this majestic appearance lies a world filled with brutal instincts and blood. In the kingdom of lions, mercy does not exist. Every habit, no matter how shocking to humans, is in fact a natural law that governs survival. In this episode, we will dive deep into the world of lions to uncover their strangest and most terrifying habits, from killing cubs and stealing prey, to betrayal among brothers, struggles for dominance, and even their relationship with humans in modern times. Killing cubs, scientifically known as infanticide, is one of the most horrifying behaviors in the world of lions. When a new male succeeds in taking control of a pride, his first act is often to get rid of all the cubs born to the females from previous males. This savage act forces the females into a new reproductive cycle, ensuring that the next generation carries only his genes. The scene is extremely brutal. Tiny cubs with no defense are crushed by the jaws and paws of a merciless new king. The lionesses scream and try to resist, but eventually realize that nature's law shows no mercy. Cameras in Masai Mara and Kruger have documented dozens of such cases, making this phenomenon an inseparable part of the lion's struggle for dominance. Although lionesses are skilled in group hunting, lions often choose the easier way, stealing the hard work of others. Leopards are the main victims of this habit. They excel at hunting, but lose their catch when a massive lion arrives to impose its dominance. Even up in the trees, their kills are not safe from the threat of lions. In Kruger National Park in South Africa, researchers recorded that nearly half of the male lion's food comes from stealing the prey of others. Even hyenas, despite their reputation as nature's thieves, often find themselves retreating before the dominance of the kings of the savannah. This habit highlights the philosophy of survival among lions. Strength outweighs skill. Blood does not only flow in battles against prey or rival prides, but even within alliances themselves. The legendary Mapogo coalition is a clear example. 6 males that controlled vast territories, but also engaged in bloody internal fights. In Tanzania, there have been documented cases where brothers turned against each other in the midst of battles against rival coalitions. These betrayals prove that survival in the world of lions recognizes only the language of power, even if the price is the blood of a brother or ally. Mating among lions reveals one of their strangest habits. It is a process completely devoid of romance. Males impose their absolute dominance, and sometimes more than one male mates with the same female in a short period. This ensures that the next generation carries the blood of the coalition in power. Despite their attempts to resist, lionesses submit to this system. Yet they are also clever in choosing the strongest males to ensure the survival of their cubs in the future. During the mating season, the act can be repeated dozens of times per day, a scene that reflects a relentless instinct. The roar is the lion's most famous language, and it can be heard from up to 8 kilometers away. But it is not their only means of communication. Lions use scent markings to define their territory. Physical contact, such as head rubbing and licking to strengthen bonds within the pride, and even tail movements and facial expressions carry subtle messages that all understand. This network of signals shows that lions are not just creatures of brute force, but possess a complex social life that keeps the pride united. During drought seasons, prey vanish and rivers dry up. At these times, lions are forced to change their behavior drastically. They may resort to scavenging carcasses or attacking livestock near villages. In rare cases, there have even been recorded attacks on humans themselves. In Tanzania, studies proved that lions living near villages become more aggressive during drought seasons, which increases the danger of confrontations with humans. Although males dominate the pride, lionesses are the true power. They are the hunters, and they are the ones who ensure the survival of the cubs. One of their strangest habits is that they may nurse cubs that are not their own. a behavior that strengthens the survival of the pride as a whole. But this solidarity can collapse during times of famine. Competition intensifies, and lionesses may turn against each other in the fight for survival. Still, under normal conditions, their cooperation remains one of the secrets behind the lion's strength as a group. Leadership in the world of lions is a bloody position. The dominant male lives under constant threat from rivals. Whenever he weakens, he becomes a target for overthrow, and his fate is often death or exile. Lions like Scarface, famous for his unique scar, lived their lives in endless battles until their very last moment. The relationship between lions and humans is complicated. They are symbols of strength in cultures, but also dangerous enemies to farmers and herders. Attacks on livestock have driven villagers to hunt lions in revenge. Yet ecotourism has contributed to protecting them, as reserves like Masai Mara and Kruger have become sanctuaries for these creatures. Today, humanity faces a dual challenge: protecting lions as symbols of nature, while also protecting human lives and livestock from their threat. Even today, legendary coalitions continue to write new stories. The Enzelberg Coalition and the Nyati Boys Coalition are among the most prominent in the Masai Mara. Their tales resemble those of the old Mapogo Coalition, from bloody battles to imposing control over vast territories. These modern coalitions confirm that the history of lions repeats itself constantly, and that the language of blood has not changed across generations. Among the strangest stories documented by researchers is that of a marsh lion named Pretty Boy. He suffered terrible wounds, but survived for years thanks to his strength and resilience. His story inspired photographers and researchers, proving that lions can endure despite harsh conditions. Another story from Kruger tells of a lion that lost one eye in a battle but continued to reign for years. These stories illustrate that brutal habits are not just behaviors, but daily battles that shape the identity of lions. With increasing human pressure on lions' natural habitats, their numbers are gradually declining. Urban expansion, poaching, and climate change are all threats reducing their chances of survival. Nevertheless, major efforts are being made to protect them. International organizations and natural reserves work tirelessly to secure the future of lions and ensure their survival for generations to come. But the question remains: are these efforts enough against humanity's relentless expansion? The kingdom of lions is not just a royal life as some may think. It is a story of blood and endless struggle, where habits that seem strange or horrifying to humans are simply natural laws of survival for lions. From killing cubs to stealing prey, from betrayal among brothers to struggles for dominance, from mysterious communication to clashes with humans, and even the modern threats to their future, lions remain the ultimate example that survival in the wild shows no mercy. This is how the daily story in the savannah is written: a thunderous roar, blood flowing, and endless betrayal.